thing, and I've heard where her mind goes. I can't help imagine where her hands probably go. So you guys having a drink or two tonight? I have not had a drink in 19 days. Not in a row. That's since the start of the year. I'm having to stack half days together. Like last Monday morning, I didn't have any. The 2 days when I had the flu in May, but 19 days total since the start of the year. Not too bad. Hey, so tell me what you think of this law. I'm not very political, but this one thing just pisses me off. The law about how you can't talk on your cell phone when you're driving here in Billings. Tell me, what is safer? Me just driving down the road having a leisurely conversation, or me driving down the road having to look for fucking cops all the time? There is no way that that's safe, is it? Our cops are at least nicer. Don't you think we have pretty good cops in Montana and Billings? Yeah. What, do you hate firemen too and soldiers? What about teachers? Homeless people? No, but our cops are nicer than like Wyoming cops. They want to pull you over and give you a lecture and a ticket, you know? And they give you an ask you or a ticket, one or the other's fine. And they always act like, you know, what are you doing here in Campbell County? Like you're this guest at some great event. What brings you to Wyoming? I was like, dude, my freaking car is pointed south. I'm going to Colorado. I'm going through your state, not to your state. Until that you're not a fucking detective. Right? Ah, ridiculous. So isn't it fun to have the GPS to have directions on your phone anymore? My wife and I, the worst fights we ever had was her trying to read a map and tell me where to go, you know, lost. But it's sad to me, she can't even keep us going in the right place, following direction. I mean, it's basically go 200 yards, turn right on. Doesn't work for her. She needs to have like a female giving directions. Okay, you are going to go like a little kitty corner past City Brew, and then down toward where the ballpark is, and then don't go toward the heights by the courthouse, and then make a right-hand turn, kind of a little above Walker's, and then go like past where we used to go to get my birth control pills, toward the rims a little further by Pioneer Park, and then you will get there. Seriously, I need a female GPS. So she tells me, you know, your problem is you're in a hurry everywhere you go. I'm like, well, if you're not in a hurry to get where you're going, why the fuck would you even be going there in the first place? Why wouldn't you be in a hurry? And so she wanted me to take a test to see if I have ADHD. And it turns out that if you can get through that test, you don't have ADHD. I'm like, that thing is long, man. So I actually did. I got diagnosed, and like to do everything you have to do to get the medication for ADHD. It's like get an appointment to the doctor. Remember the right day, time, place. Show up. Get the piece of paper. Go to the pharmacy. Remember the pills. Just give me the drugs first. I might stand a chance. There's no way this is helpful. And so, you know what? I already actually do have a medication for ADHD. It's called vodka. When I'm in boring situations, I drink a little more. It livens things right up. So it's a funny thing with drinking too much. What I found out I was doing is I was just referencing people who drink more than me as if to say I'm okay. And I had this friend who was just a lush. And finally, our wives both decided that he was drinking way too much and we needed to have an intervention for him. I'm like, shit, I don't want to throw this guy under the bus. But they said, it's for his own good. You need to come up here and read off. Write it ahead of time so you don't chicken out and you'll get brutal honesty of how his drinking's affected you. I'm like, okay. Jay, here is how your drinking has affected me. You are the funnest motherfucker I've ever met. Your Super Bowl parties are epic. Last year I had to take 2 days off work after it was over. When we play golf, you make me laugh so hard that beer comes out my nose. It's awesome. The time you called the mean lady at the rodeo a fat, ugly whore, that was really awkward but also hilarious. LOL. The time you convinced everyone at the country club golf tournament that you had shit your own pants, that remains the best memory of my life. I would like to thank you very much for being a lush. Here is how your drinking has affected me. Oh yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a victim, but I definitely have been affected. Do you guys ever hear people say, if I knew then what I knew now, like if I was a teenager, you're supposed to write letters like, 14-year-old me. And I realized, like, when I was 14, all I cared, I wanted to drink pop and eat candy for breakfast, and I liked watching sports, and I liked boobs. And that's exactly where I'm at now. But I do get to have pop and candy for breakfast, so it's awesome. Really good. But what I'm thinking would be more good is if I could write letters to, like, 62-year-old me. And so I did one of these. Dear 62-year-old Mark, don't talk about how few days you have until retirement, because you're talking to people who will be working another 40 years, and it makes them want to kick you in the groin. Don't tuck your shirt in ever. Even more importantly, at summer events with beer and bands, do not take your shirt off. No one wants to see that, you stupid douchebag. Do not drive in the left lane. People younger than you need to go faster. Keep to the right. And then, 90-year-old me could use some help too. Dear 90-year-old Mark, do not hold up the line at the pharmacy complaining about your ailments. You're fucking 90, of course everything hurts. I think it'll be really helpful when I get to be that age. So one thing I've noticed funny about old people versus young people, obviously respect old people a lot and love being around young people, but the difference in how long they'll talk about one thing, like old people will go on about the weather forever. I have a client in Arizona, he calls me every day to ask what the weather's like. I'm like, it's freezing. Oh, it's 82 here. Yeah, I know, you're in Arizona. And it's this big deal, even though he never leaves his mobile home. It's like, okay, it's 72 there. Why do you care what it's like in the outside world? But young people, like my niece and her friend were at our house the other day, and they're going, oh, my mom wants to get a job at Applebee's. And they'll take one thing each other says. Oh, apples, I love apples. Apples are great. Oh, yeah. And, I've only been in love once. Oh, but he had to go to Iraq. Oh, I'm so against terrorism. I was going to dress up as a terrorist for Halloween, but I thought it'd be rude. Oh, I love Halloween, but Christmas is my favorite hobby. Oh, yeah, I know, I love Christmas too. My mom always throws a big deal. Oh, my mom's awesome too. Oh, we should get a job at Applebee's together. We're always so in sync. Nothing that each other says do they ever care about. It's crazy. So a quick observation about holiday shopping and the technology that goes with it. Like, I like to shop online because obviously you're not running into people and you can stay in, be in your underwear. And you can ship to anywhere you want. Nobody asks for $90, $600 worth of stuff, whatever, right? When I go to Walmart this morning with my wife, $28 worth of stuff, they insist on seeing my ID. And I'm like, really? If this is an identity theft, I'm going to rush to Walmart on a Saturday morning at 6:30 and buy this thing that cures athlete's foot, right? And I get the generic version to save $4. Oh my God. And I'm in real estate, so somebody would have stolen my identity the last few years. The joke would be on them, man. Like, final notice my ass. Never. It's like when your dad tells you when you're a kid, I'm not going to tell you again. Yeah, they keep telling you, man. Keep telling you. So you know who I feel the most sorry for is people who work. Does anybody here work at Verizon by chance? I've always asked that, and nobody ever works with you. You work at Verizon? Oh, those people don't go out at night. They're too freaking tired and pissed off. They have migraines. So, you guys at Verizon, I go in there to get a new phone for my wife, and they can sell you a phone and make it work in less than 3 hours. It's awesome. And they have this great customer training that you're waiting and you're mad. And, sir, I understand your frustration. I mean, it was crazy to me. I literally called a friend of mine and he walked them through advanced settings. I'm so pissed. I leave there. I go in the next day, because I didn't want to be mean to the nice young lady who was trying so hard. I asked her manager, I said, sir, have you ever thought that you could train your people on the technical aspects of making a phone work and they wouldn't have to have all this touchy-feely stuff? I was there for like 3 hours. And the guy was so responsive. He's like, sir, I totally understand your frustration. Oh, totally! Oh, totally! I totally understand my frustration. That's a way better deal. Do you understand I was here? Could have been working, could have been home, could have been doing anything. Was here all damn day. I still get pimples. I have crow's feet. I'm getting out of bed the rest. You understand my frustration? That's great. You know what would be even better? If you can make my fucking phone work. That's what I need you for. I don't need you to be understood. And at that point, he totally understood my frustration. Really did. Hey, I want to thank you guys. You've been awesome, especially this girl right here. We could use more people like you. Thank you guys very much. Really appreciate you.